LAN is a vigorous girl from another dimension, Domain 9. She loves traveling around and eating delicious food. Since Fortitude Resonance is active, Vermilion Domain expands into an even larger area, granting damage reduction to nearby teammates. LAN can also extend the duration of the Vermilion Domain by tapping and holding normal attacks while airborne. Next, let us focus on the tiny umbrella, Parasol. First and foremost, we need to explain these two nouns. Polyfeather Parasol. It's an adjective for a multiplier. Its value is equal to the number of parasols on the field plus 1. In combat, there are 3 parasols max, existing on the field most of the time. So in other words, Polyfeather Parasol usually represents a 400% multiplier. Feather. It's the energy required to be consumed in order to spin the parasol. The cap is 30, and you gain 1 feather every second automatically. You also gain 1 feather with a 0.5 second cooldown each time you deal damage. We can now get into the parasol's mechanisms after learning the definition of these two nouns. Mechanism 1. Fiery Crash. Enhance the area damage from the parasols passed through by LAN when using the weapon skill. The higher the Polyfeather Parasol, the more the extra damage dealt. Mechanism 2. Corrosion. Parasols nearby targets take high flame damage and charged attack damage. Mechanism 3. Radiant Flames. Parasols nearby targets take burn damage over time. Mechanism 4. Flame Vortex. Parasols on the field consume 1 feather every second to deal area damage. Note, the feather to be consumed will always be 1 regardless of the number of parasols that exist on the field, and it also fixed its damage at 1 time per second. Mechanism 5. Rapid Spin. While airborne, tapping and holding normal attack and using weapon skills will trigger the parasols to spin rapidly. While spinning, the feather cost of Flame Vortex and the damage, charge, and shatter effects from Flame Vortex are multiplied by Polyfeather Parasol. Lastly, this is LAN's discharge skill. Besides dealing great extra damage to the target, LAN receives a flame damage boost for 20 seconds after her discharge skill hits the target. It's an excellent support type skill for the damage boost. LAN's Key Star Introduction. When LAN advances to 1 star, new passive effects, Vermilion Strength and Glowing Fire will be unlocked. The effect of the former one is to multiply the ammo cost of other weapons by Polyfeather Parasol. Correspondingly, their damage, charge, and shatter effects are also multiplied by Polyfeather Parasol, which greatly increases the burst power for a short period of time. The effect of Glowing Fire is that when targets near a parasol take burn damage or damage from Fiery Crash, an extra amount of damage will be transferred to the 3 nearby units with the highest HP percentage, which greatly increases the area damage effect. When LAN upgrades to 3 star, the first damage she takes during the battle, there will be 3 parasols spawned near the target immediately. This reduces the activation time of stacking parasols. Meanwhile, when LAN uses any weapon discharge skill or shatters, parasols will trigger an additional 30% effect of Fiery Crash and reduce the ATK of enemies near the parasol. Lastly, let us take a look at LAN's team combination and combat analysis. The recommendation of team combination here isn't the only answer. How to maximize LAN's effects is the ultimate goal. Try to think out of the box. LAN's mechanism mostly focus on the support type flame damage boost. For this, we select Clovercross's dodge attack to trigger the fully charged cross snipe as a major burst of damage output. Before going into the burst, the Pure Flame team requires Ruby to accrue 8 stacks of heat using her normal attacks, and the Lynn's Flame team needs to activate Moonlight Realm. Having all these ready, the team should use the damage boost from Kuant's shield after it's shattered, as well as from LAN's discharge skill, to complete the process of boosting damage. Please note that LAN's 1-star trait will trade ammo costs for extra burst, so go easy on the dodge attacks of Clover Cross. 2 to 3 times is good enough already. On top of that, when Clover Cross equips 4 Annabella matrices, you may consider using Clover Cross's dodge attack after releasing LAN's skill, taking advantage of the 4 Annabella matrices to increase the spinning Parasol's main slot damage boost effect.